President's Day 2025, a day for America to pay tribute to its presidents. Many U.S. presidents knew their limitations and honored the one who truly made America great. Most of the country's presidents were men of faith, who acknowledged not only the country, but also the God they served. Here with us is Christian historian William Federer. He's author of the book, Prayers and Presidents, Inspiring Faith from Leaders of the Past. Bill, it's good to talk with you again. So first, I've got to ask you about the current U.S. president, Donald Trump. Here's what he said about his faith after the Butler, Pennsylvania assassination attempt.
Honestly, it changed something in me. I feel even stronger. I believed in God, but I feel much more strongly about it. Something happened. So, thank you.
So, Bill, President Trump's near-death experience had a profound effect on his faith. He even signed an executive order establishing a faith office. So what do you think?
Yeah, I'm thrilled. Especially he's addressing anti-Christian bias. And anybody that keeps track of pro-life Catholics being arrested and 78-year-old grandmothers arrested at protesting abortion to homeschooling moms or to parents that don't want their kids transitioned without their knowledge, that there's an attack on the Christian faith. And thankfully, Trump is addressing this. And he has acknowledged God. When you compare him to the other presidents, even in recent times, he's been the most outspoken about his Christian faith. And so I'm absolutely thrilled and think that the good Lord is giving us some time to try to reclaim this country for the godly purpose for which it was founded.
The late Jimmy Carter, who recently passed, was a president who many people say was perhaps the best at living out his faith after the presidency. So which U.S. president expressed the most openness about their faith, aside from Donald Trump, as you mentioned, while serving in the White House?
Yeah, well, you have Teddy Roosevelt, and over again, he mentions his Christian faith, and he talks about going into church and praising Almighty God. You had... even Franklin Roosevelt passed out Gideon's New Testaments and Book of Psalms to all the soldiers in World War II, millions of them. Harry S. Truman's the one who made the National Day of Prayer an annual event. Ronald Reagan made the National Day of Prayer the first Thursday in May. You had Lincoln in his inaugural address. He said, intelligence, patriotism, and Christianity and a firm reliance on him who has never yet forsaken this favored land are still competent to adjust in the best way all our present difficulty. So you had many leaders acknowledging God and their faith. Again, George Washington, in his farewell address, said, of all the dispositions and habits which lead to political prosperity, religion and morality are indispensable supports. In vain would that man claim the tribute of patriotism who would labor to subvert these great pillars of human happiness. So he was having getting rid of the anti-Christian bias. He says, those people that want to get rid of religion, they're actually pulling down the pillars of our country. So it's just important for us to understand the faith that the presidents had. Washington, Garfield was a minister, James Garfield. So it's inspiring to see some of them that we don't necessarily call religious. They still made declarations of faith. In Kennedy's inaugural address, he said, the rights of man come not from the generosity of the state, but from the hand of God. And Truman's inaugural address in 1949, we believe all men are created equal because we're created in the image of God. And Eisenhower had a prayer in his inaugural address, and so did George H.W. Bush. So, and Jimmy Carter, he did mention Micah 6:8. What doth the Lord require of thee, but to walk humbly with thy God, and so forth. But so it's Lincoln, again, he's the one who put in God we trust on our national coin. And that's something that he also is one that had the Emancipation Proclamation. And I love Ronald Reagan. He was pro-life, and he said in the Human Life Review, he said, Lincoln recognized that we could not survive as a free land when some men could decide that others were not fit to be free but should be slaves, likewise, we cannot survive when some men decide that others should not live and should be abandoned to abortion. So we have a pro-life Lincoln and pro-life Ronald Reagan.
Okay, historian William Federer, thank you for providing those historic insights for this President's Day. We appreciate it.
Thank you.